So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again with conversations with my daughter, and today, Senior Sunday for her. So, I would like to know, how does she feel about being a senior this year?
Yeah, being a senior is cool. Finally done with the 4 year, not done with the full 4 years, but basically already done with high school. It's a kind of bittersweet. Like I'm gonna miss the people. First, I'm gonna miss most of my friends that I made in high school, mainly the ones I'm still connected with this year. A lot of ups and downs during high school, a lot of finding myself, a lot of self love had to be rekindled.
So, what do you mean by self love had to be rekindled?
Um, Getting out of middle school, which I think everybody could relate to, getting out of middle school. Middle school was so much harder than high school, not academically, but mentally. Middle school was a challenge. And kind of getting out of that, you're kind of very much like, depending on like what side of middle school you were in, if you were the popular kids or you weren't. Either if you were the popular kids, you lost yourself because you tried so hard to fit in that you changed things about yourself, or that you weren't popular, but you've always just hated yourself because you're not like everybody else. So it really depends on what other side you were on. But either side, your love for yourself weakens or just disappears without you even realizing.
Okay.
And so when you get into high school, it's like, oh, it's a fresh start. There's new people, new schools, like new people from like other middle schools you didn't go to. It's kind of like your time for a fresh start. And especially for me, because I didn't know anybody, because I'm a military kid, but I know not a lot of people are. But it's still a fresh start. But then once that happens, you try to find your cliques or your groups, and maybe you don't full on fit in one, and you're still trying to change yourself for them. And then once you do, they kind of just don't validate you of how you should be. So, like, your self respect is low, but once your self respect is low, that's when other people just don't respect you, but you don't realize it, or you just don't say anything about it because you don't respect yourself, that like you don't respect yourself in any way. So you're like, "Oh, maybe I just do deserve that treatment." But after after I passed that whole mindset of, "Oh, well, maybe I'm not trying hard enough, or maybe I just need to change this and change that." After all of that, because it is a phase everybody does go through, whether they like it or not, or whether they realize it or not. But after that, it's just like you find yourself, you learn new things about yourself, or you relearn yourself. And then after that, the friends that you make as after or during that whole self-love reassurance and stuff are the solid ones.
Okay. So, how did you lose yourself in middle school? Do you know how you lost yourself, and where did you think you lost yourself at?
Middle school, I think, I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago. I
Okay.
think it started when, well, we moved, new school mid-year, and then COVID happened. And then COVID, everybody lost herself in COVID. Everybody, either they couldn't do their hobbies that they wanted to do, everything was shut down, they couldn't see the people they wanted to see. And for me, COVID happened like a month or two after we moved. So I didn't get enough time to actually build friendships with anybody really.
Yeah.
I made friends, but not like outside of school friends yet. It was all just school friends. And then COVID happened. No one could hang out with each other. And I didn't really have anybody to hang out with anyways, even if it was an option. And then everybody was on the internet. Internet was going crazy. TikTok was blowing up. That you see a whole bunch of sides and differences, and it's just like you're trying to pick which group you want to fit into, and then it's really just chronically online, which was really bad. And then once we got back into, I think it was seventh grade, when we were in person, still masks and cohorts and stuff, everybody was just like kind of forgot how to socialize. So
Okay.
we all just and especially with all of us like just now hitting puberty at 7th grade and we don't know how to socialize anymore. It was really awkward.
So would you say during that period was a time when you guys start seeing like cyberbullying or people just not talking anymore? They were more so texting and you guys doing more Snapchatting
Yeah,
and
a lot more just like just a lot more online and cyberbullying, yes, but it's just that the fact that we came out of lockdown and people kind of forgot how to socialize, people kind of forgot how to be the bigger person, and we just became more childish than we did entering middle school. So the pettiness and the just the rudeness,
yeah.
disrespect, all of it just got worse because we kind of forgot, hey, you shouldn't do that. And especially after COVID, people thought like being mean was cool or like kind of like you're just like a god if you're mean to people.
Okay. So COVID kind of killed you guys social skills, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
So nobody was talking to one another. It was more so I'm gonna use my fingers to do all my talking and take pictures and send out to my
No, we were
friends.
talking to each other. We just kind of was like awkward. Yeah, it was just kind of awkward going back. But we were talking together to like to each other, but most of the stuff was like, "Oh, he snapped me and did this." And, "Oh, well, I snapped her." And he said she said stuff because everything that was like reported was like all just texting and then there's like screenshots and like, "Oh, I have receipts and stuff." And it was just like, ugh.
Okay. So when did things start getting back to normal with you after COVID?
After COVID, everything got back kind of normal 8th grade. 8th grade was a good year. I liked 8th grade. And then we moved again and I had to restart and I lost myself through there because um yeah, I was comfortable 8th grade and then moved here and I was like, okay, well maybe I'll know some people. But then the people that I knew grew up in Liberty their whole life. And Liberty is a very clicky, very if you don't have this, you're not going to be friends with me stuff, a kind of town. And Fort Riley was not like that. Fort Riley, everybody was from somewhere else because it was a military school.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody was from somewhere else, so we were all just like kind of like, oh, well, we have differences, but it's fine. Liberty is not. Liberty was like, I knew this person since they were 12, since they were 2. So everybody's kind of the same here. And when I got here, I was like, well, everybody already developed their cliques from 5th grade. And I tried to get into that one because, she was basically just like the one person I knew.
Yeah.
But then that ended up being a really bad idea because they were no different from any other Liberty kids.
Okay. So with you being a military kid and constantly moving and we finally ended up here after my retirement. When did you start to find your own niche, your own clique, your own group of friends to where you felt comfortable?
Well, I thought I found a group of friends freshman year. We've been friends into junior year. And then I turned out that our friendship didn't mean as much as I thought it was going to, as I thought
Okay.
I did, as I thought it did. Turns out that 3 years of friendship could end or not matter to the person once they get into a relationship.
Okay. So when did you start seeing signs of things were changing?
Like in myself, like I was just
Like in yourself and in your friend group that you had.
the friend group that I had. I know started things started changing because, well, first of all, freshman year, this relationship came out of nowhere because they hated each other freshman year because everybody didn't like the guy. He was rude. He didn't know manners at
Yeah.
all. Respect out the window completely. He is one of those people who blamed their home life for the way that they act. It should not be an excuse, but a lot of people use it as an excuse just to be a terrible person. But when they became a thing, me and the other girl, because it was a trio, but me and the other girl was like, this guy keeps making fun of us. He keeps calling us names. And she did nothing about it. She was like, oh, well, he's just like that, or I'll talk to him. Never happened. And it kept repeating. And the thing is, if you keep confronting the person about the same thing over and over again and they don't get it, or they fake apologize or not sincere about it, they're obviously never going to change. That's something that is just
Yes.
a part of them. She never listened to me. And I know it's like, well, I know it's none of like my like whatever your relationship is. But if you ever talk to someone and you voice their concern about how toxic their relationship is, and when they say the line, "Oh, but when it's good, it's good." If they say that line, it's not good. It's not, it's toxic.
So you think that that line itself was like a brainwashing
Oh, she
tool?
was manipulating herself and he was manipulating her. It was just a whole lot of manipulation or just like delusion.
So they were trying to manipulate the situation into thinking that
It was healthy.
everything was good, but it wasn't.
It really wasn't. It was like, well, he brings me flowers. And I was like, and he also calls you names. That shouldn't be said to a woman ever.
So it was a lot of mental abuse in this.
Yes, but she kept apologizing even though it was his fault. And that was just like, you don't love yourself enough.
Yeah.
And I tried to reassure her that, hey, you are so much better. And she just kept going back.
So you were trying to get her to embrace that self-love aspect of herself, but she wasn't seeing the big picture.
Mm-mm, she only saw him. And she would treat me. And after that, she would just start leaving me and the other girl just to go hang out with him. And she would always just be like, oh, well, I can't. He wants to do this. And then when we made plans, and then he made plans after we did, our plans were out the window. She would go with him. She would always value him over us. And the other girl saw it, and the other girl did leave. And I wish I followed her path. But she left, and then she was like, "No, I'm not dealing with him anymore." And I was like, "You know what? Good for you." I wish I did that. But then like I feel like and then that was the end of sophomore year. Then the beginning of junior year during winter, she they broke up. And I was like, "Hey, we could be a trio again because they're done." And it seems as if she grew as a person after that relationship. So we became a trio again. But that was about the same time the girl from dance was like, "You're a cool person. Let's hang out outside of dance."
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
started hanging out with her. I didn't know I was limited to only a few friends because once I started hanging out with her, they were like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Why am I hanging out with someone else?" Because she wants to, and I like her too. Like, I want to hang out with her too. And then they got back together.
Okay. So with your first that group of trio, that trio of yours, when did you start to see the writing on the wall as far as you needing to remove yourself from that friendship group?
When they got back together, they got back together after second semester, when second semester started. And first of all, she hid the relationship from me and the other girl because she knew that we did not want them to be back together. But then the other girl, I think she just started not loving herself because she's the one that left in the first place. And I was so proud and I envied that.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it just disappeared because they are both still friends, which is fine. Like they have I don't know about strong, but they have a good friendship from what it seems. I don't know about the
Okay. So what I want to tell you is oftentimes in life that we get ourselves in situations that we no longer want to be a part of, right?
Mhm,
And a lot of times people show us who they are not through their words, but through their actions,
mhm,
right? And what we have to see is the writing on the wall, the proverbial writing on the wall. And a lot of times we as people, either we don't see the writing on the wall or we can't read, but they've been showing us and telling us the entire time who they are. And we've been ignoring it, right?
mhm.
So I'm glad you figured it out and you removed yourself from that
Yeah, it
situation
was yeah.
and Did that help your mental health a little bit? Did it make you a
Yes.
little bit happier?
It did make me happy, and that writing on the wall, I saw it, but I didn't want to believe it. But
Okay.
then the most clearest vision, like the most clearest part of when I did read that wall was prom night. And you know why? Prom night. Because
Yes, prom night, the
there
night we'll never forget.
the night will never, because there will be never in my life will I ever let a man disrespect me that much and then
Y'all hear it.
get back together with
Y'all
him.
hear it.
She did not leave him. She didn't do anything. She apologized to him that night. He didn't apologize to her. Never ever will I let a man do that to me and I forgive them or and forget ever. And they dated after that so long, and even after that she still had the nerve to value him over me. And that night I helped her out. I was the one that stepped up for her, and she still picked him over me. And I'm just like, "Oh, no thank you. I'm done." Because you might not have self-respect for yourself to leave that relationship, but I do. And I did.
Yeah.
And after that, it was so draining dealing with her problems of that relationship, and now that I never had to anymore, it like weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt free. I felt like I don't have to carry her burden anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have to carry her problems anymore.
You were like the problem solver or the person they would come vent to,
Yeah,
the three in
she would come vent to me, she would ask for advice, she wouldn't listen to it, and it would be the same thing over and over again. I am so happy being the vent friend. I like that people can turn to me when they have an issue. But it gets to a point where you keep turning to me, but you're not listening to me. How can you look my way constantly, but never let me guide you?
Yeah. And but you know what though? At your age, I don't think you're not meant to guide people. You're really just there to be a listening board and just hear them out and then speak your piece, and then let them make the decision for themselves. It's not really your place to make a decision, but just to put that bug in their ear for them to either start to think about it or start to realize, hey, something isn't right. Like
Yeah.
this math isn't mathing. And why do I continue to put myself in the same situation?
Yeah, that's what I did. I was just like, mm, 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 mm. It's just like you just see her. It's hard to see people you care about just keep on destroying themselves.
Hurting themselves, right?
Hmm.
They continue to hurt themselves
And they
and
don't notice it,
they don't notice it or
or the person doing the hurting, they let it happen.
yeah. Or again, they don't notice it, but then they do know it, but they don't know how to get out of it. They don't know how to resolve it,
Yeah.
you know.
And after that night, I distanced myself, and she noticed. And then um, he didn't like me after that, and she just started leaving me out of the trio. So it was basically that trio turned into a duo without me. But
Does it bother you that they have started
no,
leaving you out?
no, not really, because I had the girl from the studio. Because while all of that was happening, our friendship grew so much,
Yeah, yeah,
and there has been like it was just so eye-opening. Being friends with her was so eye-opening. It was
yeah.
like, this is how a two-way friendship is supposed to go.
This is how people are naturally supposed to react with one another.
Yeah. So when I was that girl from the studio, I am very grateful for that friendship because she opened my eyes to seeing this is how everything should be. When you voice a complaint, this is how we should respond to each other. And it's just like I, I think she definitely is a big part of my self-love. Like she taught me how to love myself.
Yeah,
She taught me like cuz with the trio there was there was a situation where I voiced that I was like, "Hey, I think you're trying to change me to be more fitting for your boyfriend and for your boyfriend's group. I think you're trying to change me so I could get along with them better." I said that, and I kid you not, she said completely quote by quote, "I am." W-
No.
I said I said, "I thought you were gonna like deny it." She's like, "No, I am because I want you guys to get along." I was like, "So you're trying to change me, something me. I've only known you for 3 years and you're trying to change me for your own convenience, not even for your own convenience, for your boyfriend's convenience? Are you, you're joking." And she still has yet to like apologize.
Well, I don't think you should be looking for an apology
Oh, I'm
because,
not anymore.
yeah, you're not going to get it.
I ain't,
I mean,
I've already had my whole closure with that whole
I
relationship.
think they started showing you their true colors a while back, and
I don't know why I gave
it
her that.
finally came out. Again, the writing was on the wall. I think you just didn't
Yeah,
see it or
I
you
was in
couldn't read
denial.
it.
I
You
was
know
in
what I mean?
denial. Yeah, because I cherish that friendship, but so I was in denial that that ever happened.
Yeah.
And then, like, because there's been a couple instances where she's left me out of the trio before all of that. And when I asked her about it or when I told her about it, I was like, "Yeah, I just feel left out." She was like, "No, you're just jealous. You're just jealous that I have another friendship." And then the same kind of situation happened with me and the girl from the dance studio. And when I was kind of scared to voice my opinion because I was telling myself, maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe I'm just jealous that she's hanging out with them. But when I did, she full on took accountability for it, and she was like, "No, you know what? No, I was kind of full of myself. I'm so sorry that I left you out. I'm so sorry that that you felt that way. It's my fault. It's not your fault." And like hearing those words, that conversation, it had me tearing up. And
Yeah.
even now, like talking about it,
Yeah.
like I don't think she knows how like how much that conversation meant to me.
Yeah. It's okay. Let it out. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. That just shows you how good of a friend she is. That she knew she had hurt you. You know what I mean? And she was taking accountability for her actions.
Yeah, it's just like
You know?
3 years from that trio, every time I said something, it always happened to be my fault. And the fact that and I always thought it was my fault. And the, the dance friend quite literally said, "It's not your fault." Like, I was like, wow, it really isn't. This whole time, it never was. I kept
Yeah.
blaming myself for everything. And
You can't blame yourself for other people's actions, right? You can only control and or blame yourself for situations that you put yourself in, right? You clearly knew you had put yourself in a bad situation and you were removing yourself from that, and you did that. And I'm proud of you for doing that because I could see that it was affecting you. But as your father, I was not going to say, hey, I think you need to get out of that. I think you need to back up, reverse, move away from that situation.
yeah, I had to,
I needed you to see it for yourself.
yeah, I need to find that out for myself.
And I'm glad you did, But it's okay to show emotions. It's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. You're good. So, and I love you. Okay. I got you. You know that. Right.
Yeah.
So, on our last show, um, we were talking about you in high school, and someone posed a question, and they asked me to ask you this question tonight because she's a parent, she's a good friend of mine, and she wanted to hear your answer. Okay.
Okay.
Her question is, what advice would she give to young high schoolers who struggle with cool in school? What is cool and how does she navigate it? Like, what advice would you give your freshman self about self image in high school?
About self-image. That's a good question. Um, Looking back, there was a lot of self-image mistakes. And if I could tell myself and other freshmen, or like, yeah, freshmen, don't chase an image, don't chase like an ideal, or like, I want to be like them, so I'm gonna try. Don't ever say that to yourself. Don't ever. Because especially in Missouri, there are these high schools are big. You could find anything, anybody and everybody in the high school of different interests and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, being cool and popular might look all perfect and awesome on the outside, but on the inside, you're slowly just killing yourself. Like you're slowly just like draining yourself because you're trying so hard to fit in with people. And especially is those people are not reliable because they could turn on you like that. Especially popular people, they could turn on you for a tiny thing or a rumor happens and they believe it. And so all that hard work that you just put into changing yourself just completely in the garbage, completely in the trash.
Yeah.
So going into going into freshman year or your freshman in high school, find your people. Don't find the people. Find
Yeah.
your people.
And is it safe to say that being yourself is what's best and not trying to fit into
Yeah.
somebody else's image?
Oh yeah, might sound so cliche and so basic, but it's quite literally the key to being happy. Like find the people who have your interests, find the people who you just click with instantly. If you feel yourself trying to have a friendship with somebody, forcing yourself, like trying to like kind of forcing yourself on somebody or a group, it's a waste of time. Don't do that. Find your people naturally. And if it maybe like for the first few weeks, few months, that it's just like, oh, well, I can't find people. Trust me, patience is key because you might be like, I can't find my people. There's like no point. Might as well just like change myself. No, because once you find it, it is so worth it. It's worth all of it. And then that friendship that you build will be like untouchable. It'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
So what's your thought on trying to be the cool kid
Don't do it.
as a freshman? Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it at all.
Uh-uh. Because you have no idea how many eyes are on you when you try to be the cool and popular kid. It
Oh,
a
okay.
lot. Because it's like because I mean, if you do naturally fit in that clique, if you naturally fit in that popular group, that's good. As if you're not trying, if you're not like trying too hard to fit in, or it's just like it's a natural clique, then that's good. But from someone who's been on the outside and the inside of that whole popularity group, there's a lot of eyes on you. And if you can't deal with all the judgment and all the hate and all the oh well she said this or she said that or there's a rumor about you doing this because when you're popular there's going to be a lot of rumors, there's going to be a lot of fake people just trying to get their name out there or something. It's yeah, it's just like I don't know the word for that, but there will be a lot of eyes on you and you just feel so self-conscious and so just like I can't like I have to be
Self-conscious as in there's too many eyes on you,
like
or because of the fact that there's too many eyes on you, you have to be or act a certain way.
you have to act a certain way. I mean it is a little bit of both, but you just kind of feel like you're in just like
Like somebody's trying to make you fit into their image.
yeah.
Like you're being out of character and you're not being your natural self.
Yeah, and like people are gonna make you the bad guy, or people gonna make you like, oh well, she slept with yada 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 yada. She's probably like this, or oh he did this. Ugh, ah." It's just like, oh my god, you don't know me. Stop saying that. But they will never stop saying that.
Yeah.
They will never stop saying that because you're so well known. So It's just like people just don't even try to get to know you.
Yeah, because they
They
want
just
you to
assume.
be them.
Yeah, they just assume. So I don't think it's worth all that trying and stuff. It really
Just
isn't.
be yourself, huh?
Just just find your own group and stick to it.
Okay. So what is your most trusted advice that if you could go back and tell your freshman self, what would you tell you? Looking back now that you're a senior, what would you tell yourself?
Always
What advice would you give yourself?
trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Talk about that.
Trust your gut because my something about me, my gut's always right, especially about people. I hate assuming people without getting to know them. So I'm like telling my gut, "Shut up. Let me get to know him." She's always right. I get to know him. I'm like, "No, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. This was a mistake."
So even though your gut said don't do it, you were like, okay, nope,
Yeah, I still
I'm gonna
want to
give
give
him
him
the
a
benefit of the
chance.
doubt.
I gave him a chance. Chance after that. Chance after that. Maybe two. Maybe three. Maybe four. Five. Always ended up the way. Always ended up the same. Same result. Same everything. And my gut was always like, "Told you." It's like, shut up.
You gotta tell your gut, shut up. Why? Okay. So being where you are, being where you've come from, what do you see now, looking back, or just looking at the underclassmen now, where you're at? What do you see in them?
Tryhards.
Tryhards.
They're trying too hard. They're trying too hard to be funny. They're trying hard to be fit in. Trying hard. Trying just. They're just trying too hard to where, and it's all the freshmen. So obviously they can't see that in themselves. They can't see that their friends doing that because they're doing the same thing. But from a senior, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all look stupid. Y'all look dumb. Y'all need to calm down because there is no way at your big age that you're already in high school and you're acting like a seventh grader in middle school. You need to grow up because they're all just trying to fit the same quota.
The same mold.
They're just trying to fit the same, and it's just not working out. And they're so disrespectful. They really. I don't know. I don't know if that's just my school.
No, it's not just your school, because me being a new high school teacher, I see it every day at my school, in my classroom, where I have to tell kids, "Hey, get somewhere and sit down. Like, why are you up? Why are you talking?" And it's like now,
Yeah,
I think the first week and a half, they tried me, but now they slowly learn, okay, he's not the one to be messed with because he's not
yeah.
playing with us.
It's just like I don't. It's like the previous high school I mean the previous school training that they got from all the years in school went out the window and they don't know how to act because they're all just trying to be funny or they're all just trying to get this girl to like them or this boy to like them. It's just like I mean we've all been freshmen before, but coming from me, and I'm a senior, so I've seen even my freshman year and then the three after that of the people who followed my year. It's the same thing. It's always trying to fit in, and then when sophomore hits, they're just like, "Oh, what were we thinking?"
Yeah. So my thing with that is they're so impressionable, right?
hmm
And what I've noticed with the freshmen where I'm at the school I teach at is they're trying so hard to make a name for themselves, and they're trying so hard to like be in these cliques, in these groups, and you're like, wow, like what are you doing? Like you need to figure out who you are first as a person before you try to start to fit into somebody else's mold or try to be something you're not. Because at the end of the day, you're a freshman and it's going to get you in trouble. Um, for instance, I have a senior who asked me last week, she's like, where were you 3 years ago when I was a freshman.
Yeah,
And I asked why. She goes, because I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now with my low GPA. Because if I'd have had you as a teacher, I would have definitely been better off, you know? So, my advice to you, freshmen, is don't try to be the cool kid. The cool kid gets you nowhere.
it really does. It's like you peaked in high school and then you're just disappointed with your life afterwards.
Yeah, you're lost. Don't be the kid that goes to school and skip class just to be cool because your freshman year becomes your sophomore year. Your sophomore year becomes your junior year. And your junior year becomes what? Your senior year.
And then you
And
graduate.
you graduate. But the issue that one of my students is having is she played around freshman year, sophomore year, and her junior year. And now she has a GPA that's not sustainable for her to graduate. And she's trying to play catch up, or she's trying to figure out what she's going to do with her life after graduation because she played around in high school for 4 years.
Yeah, a lot of people do that and they end up in just a lot of people just play around, don't take it seriously.
And by the
Me,
time you realize it, it's too late.
oh yeah, me being one of them.
Yeah,
Well, I realized it junior year, so it kind of got a little
you
hectic
fixed
for
it.
a little bit, yeah. But found a way around that though. Found a little cheat code, but
This girl in the cheat codes.
but yeah, freshmen just pipe down because what I tell you, if an upperclassman sees all these freshmen trying, and then you see a freshman that's like actually doing the work and is actually putting love into themselves, that freshman's like, oh, they got it.
Yeah.
Like seniors will look at that, like seniors, juniors will all just look at that freshman and be like, oh, they got it. Like they're set.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So be yourself. Don't fall into the cliques. Don't try to be the cool
It's
kid.
a waste of time.
It's a waste of time and it doesn't uh, end up too well. Be yourself, do you, and have some self love, some self respect, and know when to leave situations that no longer benefit you or suit you. So, what's your last words of wisdom, Jay, that you want to give?
Words of wisdom. Even though I've been through a lot of friendships, a lot of groups, a lot of cliques from all the years of moving and stuff like that. Even I'm grateful for every single one of them, even the bad ones. Because without the bad ones and without the good ones, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have the morals I have today. I wouldn't have the mindset I have today. So, even if you do ignore advice from us, because I know a lot will, and you do end up in these bad friendships, but then once you come out of it, everything happens for a reason. You'll be like, wow, that sucked. I'm not going to do that again. Will you do it again? Maybe. Maybe not as bad, but it'll shape you as a person completely. So I'm grateful for all of them, all the ups and downs that high school and middle school got me because I feel like I'm a pretty awesome person now.
Yeah, she is. She's a pretty awesome kid. My word of advice to you would be not to allow people or situations to make you to act out of character. Don't have an out of body experience because someone doesn't like you for who you are. And with that, we're going to close out today's conversations with my daughter, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye. Ugh.